Mr. Amit Chaudhary and Mr. D.P. Nag on the dais, faculty members of Techno India and perhaps also some neighboring colleges and students of Techno India. This is a topic which is very pertinent, second, third and fourth year syllabus and curriculum, especially for the technical courses, which we mean the engineering courses. And while we are doing so, one rider that we have kept there for all the disciplines, all the courses is that for the syllabus that is being prepared, for the subjects that are being floated, suggested, there must be some sort of alliance with the courses which are floated on NPTEL. I understand today many of you are aware of what is NPTEL, Technology Enhanced Learning, and it is a project which has been launched some few years back, 4-5 years back. Some crores of rupees have been invested in it. NPTEL 2 is now in progress. Again a few, possibly 100 crores is being invested in it. The basic purpose of it is to create information in the soft form, readily available to anybody in this country, and not only limited to this country, it is freely available to anybody right across the globe. This is prepared by faculty members. If NPTEL 1 was prepared by faculty members, mostly of the IITs and IISCs, but NPTEL 2 has widened its net and is trying to draw in renowned faculty members even from outside the IITs, because now what is being addressed is not only technical courses but also basic science and management courses, which are not limited only to the IITs but also largely outside it. Now, why did such a situation come? There was no necessity of NPTEL some 30 years, 40 years back. How did we slowly graduate to this situation? Those at institutes like IITs know that whatever are the AICT norms, AICT rules, this is the square meter of a room, isn't it? What is it? Classroom?
66.
66. See, he has got it by heart. He has got 230, 66 square meter room in his group. Right? But they don't hold for many institutes. Before Professor Bhattacharya can apply to AICT for an approval and also to my university for affiliation, he must have in possession those rooms, those infrastructure, those books in the library, so on and so forth. But that does not hold if you are in an institute of higher status or the highest status. It need not have land, it need not have teachers, it need not have even a director. It can only be a concept that a few IITs have been formed. Nothing else. It is just a concept, but students have been admitted. Okay, that was the scene some 2-3 years back. All those students were in some other IITs. The acting director was the director of the parent IIT. So that institute, unlike Professor Bhattacharya's college, which did not get an AICT approval, had nothing, no concept of land, okay, no concept even of the head of the institute, but they had students. Why did such a situation arise? Because technical education today has become something called mass education, mass technical education. And on one hand you have private self-financed institutes which are said to be not so good because they are commercial in nature. So now how this such a situation gradually developed? The private engineering, self-financed engineering colleges are cursed because they are commercial. What about IITs? They have neither land, neither director, no teachers, nothing, but they are students. But that is legal. And not even an act of parliament which makes their degree legal. You have ISR there at Kalyani. I think you have heard about it. It's still not passed by an act of parliament. That means whatever degrees that they are giving are not legal. Right? Why did such a situation come? It came because of this explosion of the number of students in our institutes and the incapability of the powers of the state or of the private players to provide opportunities to them as it was some 30, 40, 50 years back, where a student can come to the classroom and meet a teacher, and a teacher who has a blackboard and a chalk and writes on that blackboard and teaches. The situation is not prevalent there today. We don't have it today. At IITs, we started with the midway through that. Just before coming to my present assignment, we had a classroom where this hall was full of students. I had a classroom of 80 into 3, 240 only one teacher. Okay? Obviously there is no blackboard, there is a screen there. And you project whatever you write, it is projected on the screen, and that is how you got to teach it. Why did we require that? Because in my department, and it's same as Professor Roy's department, we started with 25 faculty members, which grew to something like 32 faculty members in the 80s, but it has again come down to around 25 presently, but the student strength has nearly quadrupled. Each faculty member is burdened with some 10 BTech projects, some 3-4 MTech projects, and maybe some 4-5 PhD students, which is just impossible to meet if it is done correctly in an academic fashion. So we are having shortcuts because something has to be realized. The country, this is definite, that given the progress rate of our country, it is something around 6, 7, 8, 9%. To maintain that over a decade and over the next decade and the coming decade, we must generate suitable manpower for doing so. So I believe that this is a very pertinent, timely and interesting topic that Omya has chosen, and that he has pulled us all up here is because perhaps he also is capable of sharing many of his ideas also on which he has been working for quite some time. And I wish to share much more interesting ideas from Mr. Kushal Banerjee and Mr. Nag and Mr. Amit Chaudhary, all of whom have been in this mode